Hey guys, this is Dan, aka Saxman112, here today to share my thoughts about Steve Jobs' recent medical leave because of the fact that he has cancer. And by the way, this video is going to be uploaded as a video response to David DeFranco's or the Creative One's video. Now, I recently found out about this, I believe a day or two ago, when I watched Chris Barella's video on it. And for most people out there in the tech world, like, you'll know, like, Steve Jobs is just like one of the most influential figures in the tech world, and especially for me. But sadly, he's having another health problem, this time with cancer. And like, if he so happens to die soon, that'll be a very sad moment. But that's just life, and it's bound to happen sometime, whether it be in the form of cancer, car accidents, or any other form of accident. But we don't live forever, and all of us should obviously know that by now. But just think that, where would Apple be right now if it weren't for Steve Jobs? We wouldn't have all these Macs that have been created over years. We wouldn't have the iPod. We wouldn't have had all these products, or amazing products, that Apple has created. Apple, I think, would be a much different company than it is today if it weren't through all the amazing products that Steve Jobs has created. And I believe I started to get into the world of Apple back in early 2004, I think. I'm not exactly sure. But around that time, I had the iPod mini. And it was my second MP3 player that I had ever since after I had some RCA one. And when I had it, I thought it was just one of the most amazing products ever. Like, seriously, like it just had a perfect design with a click wheel, and the fact that you could store, like, what was it, like 4 gigabytes of storage? Yeah, because I had a 4 gigabyte iPod mini. And seriously, 4 gigabytes of storage space was a lot back then. And that was just one of Apple's biggest innovations. Then, come 2006 or 7, I believe, I got my second iPod, the iPod Video, or 5th generation. And that was another giant leap for Apple, because it was the second iPod after the iPod Photo to have a color display, and now the ability to store and watch videos on the device. And for that time, I thought that was just amazing to have too, because I believe it was one of the first portable devices of its kind to support that. And I just find it amazing how Steve Jobs came up with this idea. Then another big leap for Apple in 2007 came with the iPhone, where it completely changed the world of cell phones. Like, it had features which around that time were years ahead of many other smartphones, like Blackberries and Windows Mobile phones and all that stuff. It had a multi-touch screen, and come the iPhone 3G, it had an app store which now has over 10 billion apps that have been downloaded. And for all that to happen just in 4 years, well, actually 3 years, because the App Store was created in 2008, that is just amazing to me. I don't know how they do it, but it's just, I guess, just all these apps that the developers have created, which has made the App Store have as many downloads as it has today. And also, if it weren't for the iPhone, we wouldn't have Android phones like we do today. Because I think the iPhone is basically the base of all the other smartphone platforms that are out there today. Well, BlackBerry's been around for a long time too, but it's more for business people. But the iPhone OS, or iOS as it's known today, is one of the is dominating the smartphone market right below Android. Then shortly after the first iPhone released, they came up with iPod Touch, which is basically an iPhone without the phone. And in 2008, I got the second generation iPod Touch, and I thought it was just an amazing piece of hardware. Everything about it was just perfect, like the iPhone, and I just want to know how Steve Jobs has all these cool ideas. And now that I have the iPhone 4, which I got just this last Christmas, it's just really made me start to think about how awesome Apple is at developing these products. And that's all through the help of Steve Jobs. And again, if it weren't for him, Apple's products probably wouldn't have been innovative as they are today. So, thank you, Steve Jobs, for all that you've done. But again, as I've been saying, it's sad that this time has been coming, and it's like been bound to come because, like, yeah, everyone doesn't live forever. It'd be nice if that were possible, but that's just human life, and that's a sad thing. And if most of you haven't known this already or haven't figured it out, I am a fairly optimistic person. But frankly, when I heard this news at first, it just made me cry inside, because it just scares me to know how Apple's gonna live without Steve Jobs, and if they're gonna live. Well, sure, I'm sure they probably will, but they're just gonna have to sort things out. And of course, as David DeFranco said in his video, sure, their stock is gonna go down a lot, but I'm sure they'll recoup somehow after that. But I'm just not implying right now that Steve Jobs is gonna die soon. Not gonna die like within the next couple of days, but I'm just implying that he might die soon if the doctors at the hospital can't do anything. And if they were able to actually cure this, that would be awesome. But if they don't, that's just life. Then Apple's gonna have to hire someone else that they have right now as their CEO. But if Steve Jobs does happen to die soon, I wish his family and friends the best of luck in life, and I hope Apple can somehow recoil if his loss occurs or just so happens soon. So yeah, and I think it's just been depressing hearing about this news, and why we live in a world with so many diseases like this. It just kills me to think about it. So yeah, those were my thoughts about the recent news I've heard about Steve Jobs. If you want to, you can post your thoughts below in the comments, or if you want to, you can upload a video response, and I will prove it. I will prove it if it's good, but if it's not, I'll just reject it. So if you want to, you can do either of those two things, or both. So yeah, that's basically about it for this video. And also, one more thing before I close out this video. Like, death is not a happy thing. It's not at all. As you can tell right now, I'm not particularly happy in this video, like I am in all my other ones, because this really is a serious thing. Because really, what if I went up onto Facebook or Twitter and was happy about someone's death? how would that make you feel? Like, and referencing back to David Franco's video again, that would probably make me lose trust in people, because I don't know why on earth you'd be happy about someone's death. That is just wrong. So I sure hope you guys just don't take this too badly, and I hope that you share good thoughts on the recent news that we've heard about Steve Jobs. So now with that in mind, I'm going to close this video, and I'll see you guys next time.